Welcome to the Unleash Your Power podcast. I'm your host, Anastasia Jones, creativity mentor, author, and limiting belief gladiator. My purpose is to help you transcend fear, take bold, aligned action, and co-create the life and business of your wildest dreams. The world needs your art now more than ever. And if you're ready to embody the creative force within you, then you're in the right place. Now is the time to make your mark. Now is the time to unleash your power. The new year is upon us. My friends, I'm so excited. I always love this time of year because there's this collective effervescence, this cloud of innovation and creativity that descends upon us. And we get all of this excitement and joy from envisioning what this coming year can look like for us. And I also find it interesting that at any time throughout the year, we can come to these realizations and we can have this burst of energy, right? And recommit to building the lifestyle and the life we desire. But there's something so special about starting back at one, and I am here for it. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm here for it. This episode should be releasing right around the 1st, maybe even on the 1st. And out of everything I could have shared with you at the beginning of the year, on this special day of the year, my soul's intention is to give you one of the most valuable tools that I have in my arsenal for how I move through fear, how I move through feeling stuck in the midst of my creativity. And I want to give this to you as a gesture of love and goodwill, okay? I want you to be so well set up to slay your most incredible goals in this new year. And I could give you a laundry list of, things on vision and imagination, and I absolutely will be sharing those episodes later. But this is the first one that I wanted to start with on the 1st of the year. I'm going to give you 4 questions to ask when you're afraid to create. 4 questions to ask when you are afraid to create. If there's one thing I know for sure, it's the bigger that we dream, the more that we're required to step outside of our comfort zones in order to achieve it. And that can feel scary. So my intention is to help you move through that moment, because you'll feel that over and over and over again throughout the year. I know this to be true because I live it. Whenever you're in those moments and whenever you feel stuck, these 4 questions, these 4 tools will help you get back on the path of creative freedom again. So let's just dive right in. Question number 1. What is my body experiencing right now? What is my body experiencing right now? When you are in a state of being afraid to create, this question is powerful because it automatically places you in the seat of the observer. And Gary Zukov, an incredible author, spiritual teacher, calls this the seat of the soul. Instead of aligning with your emotions and your feelings in that moment, you actually, if you ask yourself this question, the literal moment you ask yourself this question, you put yourself in the seat of the observer and you begin to take inventory of what your body is experiencing, what your thoughts are. You take inventory of what actually is going on in your body. So when you're taking inventory of it, you're not aligning with it. You're just noticing it. You're observing it. So take note of the quickness of your breath. take note of the sweat on your palms. Notice in these moments of fear, what is happening in your body. For me, I notice when things feel out of control, I tend to hold my breath. And you maybe do this too. I hold my breath. And as, somebody who then asks myself, what is my body experiencing right now? The moment I place myself in the seat of the observer, I can say, I'm holding my breath again. Now that act becomes a signpost for whenever I'm trying to control something. And this leads me to ask question number 2, which is, how will I choose to talk to myself in this moment? How will I choose to talk to myself in this moment? And I'm going to say, you are more than your mind. You are more than your thoughts. I used to think for a long time that the thoughts that passed through my head, my mind, were a reflection of me and my character and my heart. And you guys, I spent years thinking I was a terrible person. I did. I spent years thinking I was a terrible person. No one can know what I'm thinking about, because if they did, they'd be like, she's the worst. She's so rude. She's so, right? And I can't even tell you how I would talk to myself. My mind would just go. So I learned that I am not my thoughts. I am not my mind. So you are more than your mind. You are mind, body, and soul. And the way that you choose to talk to yourself affects each part of you on a physical and spiritual level. So in moments of fear, speak to yourself in love. I want to jump back into this example of noticing when you hold your breath as a sign that your body is exhibiting, that is in a state of fear and trying to control the situation. So whenever I'm in that instance, I observe the experience and then I choose how I'm going to talk to myself. I say, I see that you feel like I see that you're holding your breath because you feel like you want to control the situation. And it's okay. Just tell me what exactly you're trying to control. Let me help you. And in this moment, I typically see the version of myself that's afraid. And she's younger typically. And it's like I'm talking to a younger version of myself. And I see her and I have so much love and compassion for her. She's just trying to figure it out. She's just trying to make it on her own. She's just trying to do something creative and fun and new. And it all became too much. And now it's, so hard. So she's carrying this burden. And my only desire is to see her and to help her release the burden so she can receive the blessing. And so I say to myself, it's okay. Tell me what exactly you're trying to control. Let me help you. And I then respond with an honest list of, this is the most important, it has to be an honest list of what you're trying to control in that moment and why. And why? Are you trying to control the speed of the traffic so that you can get there on time so that this person won't be angry with you? Are you trying to control, if somebody responds to an email on time, whatever that means, and responds to an email so that you're going to meet the deadline so that the team will like you more, so that people will, whatever it might be that you're trying to control, be honest about it. Whatever that list is. No judgment. It's just the best that you can observe it and get it out there. Then that leads us to question number 3, which is, what's really going on here? That question, that can change everything for you. What's really going on here? Now, oftentimes when our body and our mind experience fear, Because I want to say our soul is fearless. Our soul knows no fear. It is the source of unconditional love. It is the power center of who we are and everything we create. It, in fact, is fearless. So whenever you're experiencing fear, this is the body. This is the mind. This is not the soul. The soul is the only antidote, the only thing that can heal this fear and help you move beyond it, overcome it. In fact, transcend it. That's soul space. That's within you and me, right? That's within us. So the question, what's really going on here? It helps you transcend fear entirely. And in that space, you can see what's happening with love and more objectively. Where oftentimes when we experience fear, it's a result of nothing more than habit. I mean, although it feels like much more than that, the road to becoming creatively fearless will require you to form new habits. And that can be uncomfortable. You might be wondering, where do I even start? Right? One of these new habits is how you talk to yourself in these moments. And I mean, if you're anything like me, you've had decades of training in fear, right? To just decades of times when you have reverted to fear and just stayed in it and, didn't have the tools to move through it. And now you have these tools. So now you can continue to build this new habit, and it's going to take time and it's going to feel uncomfortable. But whenever you have moments of fear, now you can notice them as moments of opportunity, invitations to go deeper. And I promise you, it will get easier to move through these moments of fear. It's just a process of creating these new habits and replacing the old ones with the new ones. So in our example, after I create this honest list of things I'm trying to control in the moment, I will ask myself, what's really going on here? And I realize what's happening is nothing short of just decades of fear programming. That's what's really going on here. And what's really happening is that this is a great moment to remind me that there is a source of unconditional love available to support me right now in the middle of my fear. In the middle of my fear. If I'm available to receive it. So I ask myself, am I available to receive it? To receive help? To receive support? Am I available to say, I don't know everything that's going on? Because I don't. I'm available to surrender and receive the support that I need to navigate through this moment. And it's available for me if I'm available to receive it. So I ask you, are you available to receive it? To receive that help, to receive that support? In this step, I choose to open myself up for higher creative inspiration. And this is what's available to you. When you ask yourself, what's really going on here? You choose to open yourself up to new levels of higher creativity and inspiration. You choose to surrender and accept the support that this flow state provides. You breathe deeper, you relax, you release, you take a moment to rest and give up the burden that you've been carrying. Which leads us to the fourth and final question of this exercise, and that is, what is the smallest step that you can take right now? That's question number 4. What is the smallest step that you can take right now? And I want you to note the word smallest, because in this step, you decide the very next step that you're going to take. This step is one that is made while you are securely in the seat of your soul. This is not determined by the fear mind. This is not determined by the body. This step is determined by the soul. And this step could look like you saying, I choose to take the next 5 minutes to breathe deeply, to meditate on the infinite and unconditional support of the universe, and to know and count just how many times before the unbelievable has taken place in my favor in moments when I didn't have the strength. Remind yourself that God's power is made perfect in our weakness. And so if you're in this state of fear, on the precipice of continuing to create something new that you know in your heart, in your soul is the next thing, right? If you're in that place of fear, then you are an amazing candidate to receive this loving support of God. If God's power is made perfect in our weakness and you are in the moment where you're feeling weak, right there is what makes you even more a candidate to receive this loving support from the universe. So it is in that moment where you can release your expectations and just get curious and wonder like, if I surrender this, I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder how this situation is going to work together for my good if I surrender and let go and just take the next small step, see what happens. If you surrender all expectations of how you thought it would be or the perfect version of this, and you just kind of see where it goes, who knows, you could be so surprised and so delighted. Then go take one small step in the direction of your dream. Go take one small step. And for me, this small step, I allow my intuition to guide. So I have spent an incredible amount of time strengthening my intuition, really just tuning into it and tapping into it. And I say obedience without hesitation. So when my intuition whispers, because she doesn't yell, she whispers. When she whispers to me, I say, okay, I'll try it. You're always right anyway. Also, I want to leave you with this. Did you know that you don't actually have to lift weights to grow stronger? Scientists have found that simply visualizing the activity and doing the motion can increase strength in your body. Isn't that wild? The same thing for creativity. When you take one small step in the direction of your art, in the direction of your dream, it helps build the creative muscles you need to make even bigger moves creatively. It is compounding. Creative confidence is compounding. So even though it might seem like a small step, it's doing so much more than the action. It's building and strengthening a creative muscle that will go stronger and stronger over time and help you sit in the unknown longer and longer and create more and more. And this is the muscle that we all must build. And it's never strong enough. There's always more we can do. Always another small step we can take. That's the beauty of this human experience, right? So I'm going to recap the 4 questions for you. Question number 1, what is my body experiencing right now? Question number 2, how will I choose to talk to myself in this moment? Question number 3, what's really going on here? And question number 4, what is the smallest step that I can take right now? If you're looking for a creative community this year to help you achieve consistent levels of higher creativity, to grow your business, clarify your messaging, and build an incredible brand online, you need to be in Co-Creator. Co-Creator is a 1-year mastermind experience that is enrolling right now. So don't miss out. If you're listening to this when it comes out on January 1st, then we begin this week. We have monthly trainings and so many other perks and benefits that you're just going to love. I hope to see you there. Check out the link in the show notes to learn more. I love you. I believe in you. Go slay your dreams and unleash your power. I'll see you here next week. Same time, same place. Hey friend, thanks for listening. I'm so happy you're here. If this episode helped you in any way, please take a screenshot, share it with a friend, post it to social media, and better yet, why don't you leave me a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening from? My desire is to activate as many creatives as possible. And if you are looking for additional support on your creative journey, you can always connect with me on Instagram at AnastasiaRJD or visit the links in the show notes. We've got free resources to reignite your creativity and soul-centered ways that we can continue to work together. I'll see you again next week. Same time, same place.